I'm going to start off the video. So when I do videos and watch the races, I make little notes. And I want to read what I was writing at the end of the Brickyard. Bubba had the win, but just a bad crash, unnecessary between Christopher Bell running through Zane Smith, ruined Zane's day, and caught up was also Tyler Reddick, who pitted, looked to be in a great spot if there was multiple overtimes at the beginning, but then he got taken out, and all this was for none. I still had a little bit of a line. I wrote, Bubba sadly did what Brad Keselowski did last year, running out of gas and trying it, and I thought it was going to be like Nashville and start getting crazy. But then never mind, because Bubba won the Brickyard. If I say the Brickyard 500, I mean the 400. I don't know why my brain says 500, but if I say 500, just ignore it. I really believe Bubba's really, this win shows he's turned a corner. He really has. He used to be a playoff fringe contender, and his problem was he always started too late in the year driving well. And another thing was also the road courses, but he notably, especially last year, seemed to pick up in that. This year, he started out hot. He didn't necessarily get the finishes, but he got a lot of stage points and was at the top of the playoff bubble for this whole year. I don't think he's ever stepped under the playoff line. But now with this win, he's not in the playoff battle. He is locked into the playoffs. This is his first crown jewel. I don't want to say it's the hardest to win, but out of all the crown jewels, it's the hardest to look into. It's definitely a winner's track, and what I mean by that is if you look at who's won that track, it's all of the big names. It's Kyle Busch, it's Jeff Gordon, it's Bobby Labonte, it's Dale Earnhardt. Any of the big names in NASCAR seemed to win this race. I know Paul Menard kind of blew a little bit into that, but that was truly the one lucky time I've ever seen at the Brickyard. This win's only reassurance that Bubba is taking a step forward this year. He broke, an 1,000-day winless streak. He was at 100 races perfectly when he broke it. He's taken a stride forward. Everyone said last year Tyler Reddick was leaps and bounds ahead of him in 2311 cars, and Bubba has showed this year he's on Tyler's level, if not above him. He hasn't taken a step back, but he hasn't won a race. He's just been a little bit off and on. He doesn't seem like the Final Four contender he easily was last year. And Bubba's gotten on his level. He's gotten a win this year before him. I don't think anyone would have put money on that. And he shows he's also way above Riley Herbst, who is a rookie, is maybe a little bit premature for the Cup level, but he's there. He won the Brickyard for Xfinity last year, had that amazing save. He's not doing terrible, but he's not great in 2311 equipment. I also just want to talk about the fuel saving Bubba did, because nowadays they have everything so exact when it comes to fuel mileage, how much fuel is left, how much they need, and it might have been a little bit of a decoy saying that they only had one more restart, but gambling, it truly is a gamble, because I know this win locks him in, but if he runs out of gas and takes a 35th result, he was close to the cut line before winning, and this only would have knocked him even closer, or if not out of the playoff cut line if he runs out of gas. And he didn't even flicker. He was able to do a burnout. You gotta think it's a little bit of a decoy. I know they might not always tell, but Bubba Spotter on the podcast he does for Junior Motorsports, and his whole YouTube stuff, but he said, no, we really were only had one restart, they thought, and really were at the cut line. And he Bubba got it to work. He showed that he has the skill of fuel saving. We talk about how Joey Logano showed he had that skill, and Denny has a skill to just manage tires like no one else. Bubba showed he has a skill, for sure. He could save fuel. He got his first crown jewel. It's a really big statement win, and I think it just only proves to all the doubters that he really is a winner, and for sure to stay at the Cup Series. Larson was my pick to win. As a Bubba fan, not necessarily not a Larson fan, I'm happy he won. I'm not mad I got it wrong. I will never be mad or happy if I get it wrong or right. It's just a little bit of I know what I'm talking about, I guess. But Larson, if there's maybe a few more laps, he has a chance. He was definitely trimming down the gap between him and Bubba. But I just think with how bad the aero blocking was, Bubba has to run out of gas for Larson to win. I don't think he would have been able to pass Bubba before he ran out of gas. And yeah, I mean, that's the next thing I want to talk about is the Brickyard's always been a strategy race. So that isn't so much crazy and unexpected to see, but it definitely showed how bad aero blocking is in the next gen car. It is horrible. They showed multiple times when cars would follow each other into corners how bad they would get out of that corner and how far they would fall back. And you would see many times people lose a position to the car behind them because they were trying to make a run on the car in front and got aero blocked. The Brickyard, it's a single lane. Like I said, it is a known strategy race. It will never not be different. But you definitely saw the next-gen car problems exasperated and put really in a spotlight. And I think even a casual could have watched that race and saw something wrong with the way cars weren't able to close in like they really should and like they've been able to in the past. Now, final before the rating, I want to talk about Connor Silich. I know I think I did a little bit last episode too, but man, this kid is special. He's a year younger than me, so I can call him a kid. He's special. He has 5 wins this year. He has now 2 oval wins at Pocono and the Brickyard. Winners tracks, like I said, tracks that winners show up and win at. And it's just impressive. It's 2 not conventional ovals, and it shows that while he has this road course discipline that is so much in advance than other people in the Xfinity Series and maybe even the Cup Series, but his oval capabilities and potential, not only talent right now, his potential is just incredible. He can be a Denny Hamlin on the ovals and an SVG at a road course. That is scary. That is really, really scary. He's the next Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, the next one with the big name, the Ryan Blaney. He is the new big talent, and I think Trackhouse is putting him in. If it's not the 99, if it's a car number change, he goes to the 87, whatever he does. But he's going to take Daniel Suarez's ride. And like I said in the past episode, that's good for him because he doesn't get anything staying in the Xfinity Series when the next-gen car is nothing like it. He gets no advantage other than understanding the tracks a little bit better. And even then, when the car is so different, the track isn't as much different as well. So, he'll be advantaged going in the Cup Series. If it was even Gen 6, I would have said, he does have an advantage maybe staying in the Xfinity Series another year. But now with the car discrepancies, it is just not like that anymore. And you want to see him get some Cup Series time before before. I mean, he's going to get Cup Series time before he's 20 now. And that is just, I mean, he has all the right bells and whistles, the talents, the potential. He is the full package. And especially for today's NASCAR with 7-road courses, street courses, multiple different kinds of ovals, he looks to be pretty proficient at all types of tracks you can come across. For my rating, Brickyard 400, it's never a barn burner. Like I said, it's a strategy race. It didn't blow me away, and I will say I'm maybe a little bit biased being a Bubba Wallace fan, but I'll give it a 7. I think the strategy race was the best strategy race you can have. I mean, he almost ran out of gas, pushed it, and made it work. I mean, you were holding your breath until he got to that finish line. And I know afterwards, with hindsight, we saw him do a burnout, saw him make it to victory lane. So he had the gas, but at the time, you didn't know that. You thought he had one restart, and then he was out. And, I mean, if he attempts that restart, runs out of fuel, that is another caution that comes out. And that is what I thought the race was going to end up like. And I think it would have only devolved into Nashville chaos like last year, like I said. And so it is nice seeing a nice, tidy, clean, green finish. And it's nice seeing Bubba break the barrier, really. I mean, he's gotten the points. He's in the standings. He's doing everything week to week right. Now he's gotten a win. He has a checkered flag next to his name on his car. And that is big. I mean, it really is big to win, especially nowadays in the playoff system. In this format, winning means more than anything, almost. And so it's nice to see him get it done. Preview for Iowa next week. We have Iowa, Watkins Glen, then Daytona, I think, for the regular season finale. I liked Iowa last year, first time back. Blaney was the winner. I expect him to be good again this year. Hendrick Motorsports is going to be good. I think JGR will be the best this year in this package. They have shown to be the best. Seabell won at Phoenix. Hamlin won at another one. And then I don't remember what track that we ran this package on. I know it was Phoenix. Something Denny won. And then Seabell won the All-Star Weekend at North Wilkesboro in this package. And I think JGR just has come with an improved package. They know Phoenix is where the championship's going to be won. So they want to be good in this package. And they seem like they've really kind of jumped above Penske in a way. And I think even Seabell, Hamlin, and Chase Briscoe should have a good week. I think Ty Gibbs, I haven't even talked about him, but he won the regular season challenge. I know I wanted Ty Dillon to win just for number 32, winning the first year. Somewhat of a miracle, especially the way he's been driving the past couple weeks. One of his best runs in his life in the Cup Series. But Gibbs won. You could tell he was also playing it safe. When the Seabell crashed, you saw him slow down. You saw him just try and make it over the line. And he won. He got the million. He showed that he is a good driver. I know he started out slow this year. Picked it up. But like I'm saying, all of JGR has a chance to win. I think Ty Gibbs the least out of all of them. But I'm going to go with Seabell. Christopher Bell, I think he will win. He's won one out of the 2 points-paying races, and then he's won North Wilkesboro. I know Bowman Gray was the same setup. I'm going to put that on its own. It's preseason. It's a new track. It's a different system. I'm gonna put that to the side. I know Hamlin did good in it. Blaney did good in it, and then Elliott won. Blaney, Elliott, all of Hendrick, And then all of JGR, I think, has a chance. But Christopher Bell is who I'm picking. All right. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. If you want to leave a comment on who you think will win, what you thought about the video, anything. Like I said, just thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.